Hello everyone, Malphite here, back again with another paint video. You really liked the previous one, so I decided I'm going to do a bit of cooking, a bit of magic here again. You're going to hear a bit more of my clicking. I just decided I'm going to fill in a couple more spots here. We do not see the Team BDS and Team Vitality. They are fully locked in. You can see this at the sheepesports.com/transfers. But for now, I picked these teams because these are still teams with some empty spots in their roster. So the main purpose of this video is to guess the GIANTX lineup. I think this is still not completely decided, but we can still fill out something that we know is most likely true. So in SK Gaming, we have very likely Rahel staying in the AD carry position. I do not know if they are still keeping Luon. I don't know what is a better replacement for Luon. He wasn't bad, but he also wasn't very good. So he's kind of like, just there, but that's how I honestly feel about the whole SK Gaming. Like, not bad, but not great. But, can surprise. Anyways, let's continue by filling out the most likely things that's going to happen. So humanoid in the Fnatic, and we will most likely see Upset in the AD carry. And we know that Upset and Mickey want to play together, so this is most likely what we are going to see. Mickey X in Fnatic. Who would have thought? I actually never thought about this specific iteration, but it's definitely going to be cool. I'm actually going to be rooting for Fnatic a lot more. Although I really like June as a player, and I hope he can find place on some team. So for this video, we are going to completely disregard Rogue because I have no clue what these guys are cooking. However, I would love to see Jun alongside Noah coming to GIANTX after he will most likely get replaced in the new Fnatic roster, because personally I don't really like the Noah-Mickey combination in case Fnatic would keep Jun. Upset and Mickey wants to play together, and also I just wouldn't want to not see Mickey in the LEC. I think he's one of the players who make the region great, and so he needs to play, and playing in Fnatic seems like a pretty good option. So yeah, Jun. What is the problem here though? Noah and Jun are imports, and so in this iteration of the roster, right, we cannot get imports in our top side. And so what are our possibilities for this iteration? And if you can see, Yike replaced Closer on Carmine Corp, but Closer was actually pretty good. He was good in NA, and he was good also in KC. He was like solid, he wasn't bad. So Closer is an option for the jungler, and I wouldn't mind it at all in case Jankos. I do not know if Jankos is still happening. I know he probably wanted to play on a strong roster. I know he probably wanted to play with Mickey. I think Jackie's is pretty good, and getting the Fnatic bot lane, which was also a very good part of their roster, would be solid. And I think Jankos would do well with this team. But I don't know who they want to bring in top lane, so I don't know if Jankos wants to play here, if GIANTX wants him. But if that does not happen, then getting Closer. I think Closer would fit pretty nicely in this roster. I think he's good at facilitating. You can get Jackies. One more option, and I know it's like becoming pretty crazy, right? One more option is Spica. It's still not out of the table. It's still an option. And so I will write the name here just to cover my bases. Now, there is also an option. But the problem is, right, Spica would be an import. And so if you would get Spica, let's say, you couldn't get Jun in the support. And so there's another very good support who's still not in the league, and that's Trimby. However, I think this is unlikely because I think Trimby is going somewhere else. And I'll make a separate video very soon about that. And I think it's going to be a huge banger. So you can maybe do some speculations or whatever. Keep looking forward to this, but I think this is unlikely. I know that now that I underlined this, it looks like it's likely, but no, this is actually unlikely. June also, I don't know how likely, But if you get Noah and June, you need to get a non-import jungle, so Closer or Jankos. And in top lane, you would also need to get a non-import. And what's a good non-import top lane? Well, Wunder. Many people complain. Maybe he's also like pricey or something. But this guy is very, very good. I keep repeating it. This guy is probably the best in the whole region in just playing weak side. Just playing anything that soaks up damage in the top lane and not lose terribly. He can go even on almost any champion. He can play Gragas, he can play Gnar, he can play, I don't know, these tank champions that are just there. They're just standing under the turret. They do not die to a dive even when there's like 2 or 3 people attacking you. There are famous clips of Wunder surviving dives. He's really good at that. And you can just enable your carries. And your carries are really good. Jackie's, Noah, get the jungler like Closer and Jankos, and this is a star roster. You can still make this roster very good, right? In case you do not get Wunder, you could get Adam. However, I think Adam, while being a good player, does not fit in this roster. And that's because Adam is the opposite of Wunder. He's not good at these picks. He's not good at weak side. He's not good at the tanks. And that's exactly type of a player you need when you get Jackies and Noah, when you get these carries in your mid lane and your bot lane. And so personally, I don't think picking Adam is a good idea, although I think he's a good player. But I think he would be so much better, let's say, on a roster with Flacket. Maybe that is something that Adam himself does not want. Maybe he thinks he should be considered for a better team. I do not know exactly how it is in the behind the scenes and what these players want, but I think in such a roster, Wunder would be so much better than Adam. And then there's a third option, and that's Photon, a really good top laner. He was really, really good last year. He was in Vitality. No one picked him up so far, and so I'm pretty sure he's in talks with the LEC teams. By now, only GIANTX left, right? We do not really know what Rogue is doing. Probably he's telling them like, yeah, we can get you, but we don't have money yet, or we cannot sign players yet, or something. And so, if you get Photon, you cannot get June, and you need to get some like ERL ERL bot lane, or get Trimby. But again, I have some news about this, some leaks and so on. And so it's Wunder June, it's Trimby/ERL Photon, and then Closer or Jankos. But I think Closer is a lot more likely. There's another possibility that GIANTX might not have a lot of money, or maybe they don't want to go as big onto spending/building hype. And so maybe we're going to see some ERL players, some rookies being promoted again. But I don't think that's the way to go. I think you should, personally, like, I'm going to state what I think is the best roster. Also, based on what I know and what I've heard and so on, I think the best roster is to keep June and Noah in the bot lane. I do not know what is their relationship. I do not know if they still want to play together after Fnatic, but to be fair, they were really, really good. I think June is a very solid support. I think Noah is a very solid AD carry. And in Fnatic, they had very good synergy. So me personally, I would pick Noah June, I would pick Jackies, I would pick Closer, because I don't think Jankos wants to play in this roster. But if possible, I would for sure pick Jankos over Closer anytime. But I don't think that's possible, so I think most likely we see Closer. And because we have 2 imports in the bot lane, I would try to get Wunder on this roster. So ideally, Wunder, Jankos, Jackies, Noah June. But if Jankos is not possible, Wunder, Closer, Jackies, Noah June. So in the end, I'm going to mess up this whole thing. But as I wrote this is the perfect lineup, I think. The problem is you cannot have more than 2 imports. This is the lineup for the team. Maybe I'm gonna guess like 3 players, 4 players. I do not know yet. I want to know, what do you guys think, however? I want to hear your thoughts on the Fnatic. I want to hear your thoughts on the GIANTX. Which roster would you prefer? What is your ideal roster? Let me know. Give me a lineup of the players. Give me your ideas. Let me know, what do you think? if I'm delusional, if you like what I think. And again, I'm cooking up some interesting videos for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And hit the like on the video, it would mean the world to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.